And you know, you're the conceal, but now say you, Sophie.
And so no shake it, yeah. And yeah, shake it.
Oh no, happy Valentine's Day in advance.
In advance, man.
Right, no, you know, so maybe I could be
I used to
singing.
struggle with this song.
Really?
But not yet.
No, you over,
Yeah.
you know. So you should be singing it. So when I get home today, you know, we should do a video call, you know, then so that we can use technology, you know, to bridge the relationship.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I get it. All right. So talking about relationship bridging with technology, we've been joined in the studio by Hannah Kwanzaa, aka Ama Blue Q. She's going to help us to bridge the gap. Hi. How are you? You all right?
I can tell.
You guys can sing too.
Oh, well, you know.
Well, we try.
She sings. I just, you know, try.
Yeah, the bassist to the voice.
No, people play the guitar,
like
you know.
I see.
Yeah. But, you know, bridging relationships, you know, with technology, what is that?
So I know a lot of people will start attacking me, but it's the way to go. If we've seen over the times that people are complaining, phones. You even go to counselors and people are in counseling because of mobile phone. And because of something somebody posted on WhatsApp or somewhere. And it has brought like a lot of problems. So it's like a here and here case. It depends on how you decide to look at it. But when you're trying to bridge the gap, a lot of people find themselves in somewhat a tight situation. You know, you have the corporate thing going on. For some of us, you are barely around. You see the person, tomorrow the person is gone. For you guys in the media, I'm sure you're waking up around 3 a.m. to rush here. It's not meant for me. So there's a challenge. It's not like you don't want to be with this person or you're trying to avoid this person, or, you know, it's not like that. It's because of where your job or the things that you're engaged in has placed you. It's no fault of yours that you have to get here at 3. So sometimes it happens that you are not able to communicate with your partner or even have some activities that you can share or do together. And that's where technology comes in. But then again, what I'm about to share would not be for everybody. So you just have to go through there and then see which one best works for you. So we all know of video calling apps. I mean, before, back then, he wasn't there. If you want to see somebody, you have to physically drive to the place. I mean, it's nice to have him drive by.
Of course.
But when the person is out of town almost like 8 times in a year, it becomes like a problem. So that's where you see applications like WhatsApp now has video calls, which is better than what they used to have started. There's Skype, there's Zoom, there are several platforms now that you could communicate. So you can check up with the person like intermittently. But please, you have to find out from the person. Some people don't like to be called. You are calling me too much. You are texting me too much. That is there. So you just have to, you know, find out from the person. Are you okay with me calling all the time on video to check up on you, or you think it's over the top? So when it comes to video calling apps, there are several that you can decide to, you know, use.
I think that in relationships, there's also this thing where one partner in the relationship loves to talk a lot, and usually it will translate into the technology side of things. So I want to hear more from you. I want to talk to you more often, you know. So I think that, I mean, usually it will be the lady who wants to communicate.
Not necessarily.
I said usually.
I think we should attack it.
Even the usually still, I have a problem with the usually.
Well, you can, but in my experience.
The women are always talking. The ladies, emphasis on the S.
The ladies, you know, have always been the ones to want to talk and talk more often.
It's not our fault.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's your fault.
We like to worry.
Well, so then she's using she's answering my
because you are the case study here.
Anyway, so this is the situation, you know.
Yes.
But I think that men need to be more sensitive to this situation. That it's not a case of worrying you or trying to worry you, you know, or checking up on you. But because if you were there live, she would still be talking often anyway.
Exactly.
So
and sometimes it's even beautiful, you don't have to be out of town, you don't have to be far away.
Yeah.
But just that beauty of, just during the day, a text here and there, a video call, just say, hey, hi, I was just checking on you, that kind of stuff, I think it adds some kind of spices to the whole thing. But my problem, has now been your video, probably you send videos, you send pictures, landing somewhere else that wasn't the appropriate destination.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And excesses. So let's have that in mind moving on as well.
Yeah, we'll get to that if you decide to use any of these tools, what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So bring us to the second beautiful part, which is having a shared calendar.
Okay.
So in your phone, you could have your partner's email also set up, like your personal emails. It has like access to your calendar. So if there's a church event, like my church, we're having an event this evening.
Okay.
I could say, hey, I'm adding this person to
the event.
So you're going to get an email that we are supposed to go there at 6 p.m. So that you wouldn't have to be out of town because they are discussing relationship and marital issues, something that could help us build. So you are in my calendar, you see what I have planned for today. So yes, exactly, like your PA, but you're having a shared PA.
Yeah.
So you're able to determine that, hey, she's going to be at CTTV this morning. Okay, perhaps all these people that send balloons and things around, let me send her one, But if your calendar is not
or
in
even
sync,
turn the TV on because I know she's on this morning.
Exactly. But if your calendar is not in sync, you don't know what this person is up to and all that. So dependent on the level your relationship has got to, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Dependent on the level your relationship has got to, you can have like a shared calendar so that you basically monitor each other's activities, and coordinate things. Have like a shared program. Okay, tomorrow we are going to do the basketball thing. We are going to watch movie at Silverbed. You put all of that in there.
I like the idea of the shared calendar.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's actually,
so it also helps. You don't have to be calling all the time to check, so I'm going here or finding out, so where are you and all that kind of thing. So we can all follow individual activities.
Yeah.
I think my difficulty will be training myself to put all the details in the calendar.
Yeah.
It's easy to do. It's basically just getting into your phone calendar, setting an event. You add persons to the event, you add the location the event is going to go on, and also the time, so that this person also sees it.
Receive all those updates.
Yeah, and when you add the location, you can use GPS to navigate to the place. Yeah. Perhaps it's a new place you guys want to explore. It will have that there. Then moving on is something that is, I would put in the security aspect of this whole technology thing. It's having like an emergency contact set up on each other's phone. People don't do it.
Wow,
emergency contacts are necessary.
I actually have.
So
well, you are techy.
It's quite easy to do. So I actually shared like a video of how to. So you basically add the person to your emergency list, so that if you, dependent on the buttons you have on the phone that you want to key it in, whether it's the power button or the volume down, volume up, if you press it in a sequence. So for my phone, it's the power button. If I press it like 3 times, it sends an SOS messages to everybody in my...
Okay, so can you walk us through what we're seeing here?
Okay, so what you're seeing is my contact, and I want to add like an emergency contact in there.
Okay.
So you can see that's my profile.
Yeah.
You can even go ahead and build your medical profile on it.
Okay.
Just in case you land in a hospital, the doctors can know your blood type is A positive. It will save them the stress of having to test you and all that. To emergency, you can see I've added Bay over there, which is a pseudo number. So you can add a lot of people.
Yeah. You didn't add my own.
I'll add it.
Well, we are yet to ascertain whether you qualify.
So you add the person. So I decided to add City FM also, in case there's something happening that I need like media attention, all that. So that comes into play here.
Okay.
So when I exit and I press my power button, like in a sequence, it starts getting into emergency SOS mode. So the location is being sent. So when you look at the red banner on the top, it's sending the location of where the phone is.
Okay.
So I had to cancel at this point before some people are alerted that I'm lost or something. Yeah. But when you go back, if you decide to exit, you will see that the location I SOS'd from the GPS is there.
Okay.
So it will be sent to this person's phone, and the person will know that the last place they saw me was around that Blakuma Farm Milk area.
Wow. Okay.
So if you are in distress and you want to let Bay know, perhaps you have been kidnapped. I'm not saying it should happen, but dependent on your value, anything can happen in life. Yeah. So that's where the
I mean, your car can even break down.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you have
and
issues.
you need to be picked up or something. So that's where the emergency SOS thing comes into play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is very necessary for dating and all that. It can even be for your children.
Yeah.
I mean, for anybody.
For anybody, really. Somebody that you care about. Then to previous question of image sending tools. We know a lot, like WhatsApp and the rest. My point is, I always will say, the image that you're sending, if Ghana sees it, would you be okay? If the answer is yes, by all means send it. But if people see it and you wouldn't be comfortable, do not send it.
It doesn't matter what it is. So if people will not be, if people see it and you will not be comfortable, don't send it.
Don't send it.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes these things also add some kind of spices, you know, to the whole thing. So it's Valentine's Day, you know, and I want to send that kind of special photo to that kind of special
PG-35 photo.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nod your head, because I want to believe you know what I'm talking about. You know, why should this be a problem? Isn't there a way, you know, because sometimes you realize that, you know, when you have to forward the picture to the appropriate recipient, the contacts are so close, you know, linked together. So if you're not careful,
you go and press the wrong.
And it is on your church platform.
Yes, I've seen that issue. And unfortunately, instead of pressing to delete for everybody,
you
delete for me.
And then you delete it and it's on everybody else's.
So the source is gone. But in WhatsApp, they have like a single viewing now.
Okay.
If you've updated your WhatsApp. So when you send an image, you can set it to one-time viewing. And it's gone.
Oh, yeah, so sometimes it's 24 hours, sometimes it comes with 7 days, and then the next day it vanishes.
What if the person is crafty? And when they open the photo, they take a screenshot of it before they send.
I know. So it's a very risky thing. I always say that if you want to send pictures, like let a person drive home, let a person come and see. But it's quite dangerous when you're setting out to meet people and you say, oh, come over to my house and everything. I always say that your stronghold is your home. Let the person come to your home, because there are several things that can be done to you. You can be filmed unawares. There are secret cameras and all that. Unless you have an app for, you know, quickly scanning the room, which is very possible. When you go to Play Store, there are several apps that you can use to scan the room to detect if there's a hidden camera. Before we now come and see leaked sex tapes and all that. So you just have to like quickly, you know, go through and all that.
Screen recordings and stuff, you know.
Because chats are being sent and they would say encryption, but the other people too are there.
Yes.
Like they are alive. The other people.
The other people.
And they could just intercept what you are sending, and the blowback is very uncomfortable.
So sometimes when you look at all these, you know, and the challenges they come with, is it even advisable, you know, to be that technological?
Technology is good. Abusing it is wrong.
So in this case, what is abusing is, so for instance, my partner is not in Ghana, my partner is not in Accra. There's no way they can visit me at home. You want to be a little naughty, you know, because it's that special time, you know, but you're also scared. So what do we do?
Because in video calling and trying to be naughty, the other people too are watching. We can just wear a face mask or something like that.
Here's a naughty suggestion. Here's a naughty suggestion.
Yeah.
Whatever you don't want people to link to you, don't show your face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty is to see that it is you and all that.
No, we already know it's you.
No, but I like that. I like cut off your head. You understand? As for hands, everybody has that. As for legs, everybody has
exactly. If you want to do, you just have to mask the face or something.
Yeah, don't show your face,
and
because
that even helps.
It could be anyone. Then leave it there.
You identify by your best sheet.
Yeah, thank you.
When it comes to the final tool that I would like to share, is setting up times to have movie times, although you're not together. I mean, it's something that I do. There are several tools. You can use TeamViewer, you can use AnyDex. I use AnyDex. So if I'm on Netflix, I could share my Netflix my screen with you.
Okay.
So that we could both sit down. You get your popcorn. Perhaps you are somewhere in Russia. I get my popcorn somewhere in Adabraka. But we are watching the same thing.
Okay.
And discussing the movie, and then the sound is clear and all that. So you'll be able to have this.
Russia. So why didn't you just come to Adabraka? No, but I'm just being mischievous.
That's where my church is. So you'll be able to do some of these things, you know, and have something going. Although Bay is not around and all that, it shouldn't be that boring. You can use technology to salvage one or two things, but to take it off way further down is what you shouldn't do when you are employing some of these tools. One, you shouldn't forget passwording. If you're together, and I always say, depending on the level of your relationship, you can choose to share your passwords. It's not for everybody.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Share your password with me.
No, not you.
You don't qualify
you
to have the
you said
password.
level of relationship.
Exactly.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. So
so you are part of the everybody.
So you can share your passwords, then you have access to each other's phone. I don't feel that there's a need to, when the relationship has advanced to that level, you'll be able to, you know, not to share your passwords and everything. There are passwords that you can share. Of course, if there are systems I'm working on, I can share it.
But why do you even want to know what's happening on somebody's phone, by the way?
Yeah, I've often wondered about that.
I don't care what is happening on your phone, so don't care about what is happening on my phone.
I'm short of money on my phone. I just want to use Kweku's phone to Momo, the curtain guy. I should be able to do that if we are
But
together.
I can open my phone for you and give it to you. You don't need a password.
If you're married, I think you should.
That's a conversation for another day. I don't believe in that.
Of course. So that's why I said you have to discuss. It's not for everybody.
I think I don't, on principle, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Right? But I also feel that we should be so comfortable and secure with each other's, you know,
gadgets.
That you don't need to know what are you chatting about. Do you understand?
For me, I think
that's the level at which you are really trying to get a relationship to, where there's so much trust, you know, that you've built in the relationship. I don't ask, what are you doing there in the first place, right?
Because I think that I don't need to go through your phone to trust you.
No.
So I should be able to, your phone is ringing, hey babe, this your phone is ringing. I don't need to find out, is it a woman, is it a guy? I can put myself through that stress. You know, so quite honestly, upon looking at it superficially, you may not understand. By the time you understand what exactly this means, you've packed your stuff and you're out of the house. You know, so some of these things, quite honestly, I wouldn't want to put myself through.
So we have some messages coming through. This is coming from Akolu in Ho, says, watching live from Ho. Lovely to know the conversation that you're having. Have a good morning. Meshach says, great discussion there. Hannah is just too good. This is Emilia from Takwa. And knowing all these, Vals go pop. This is coming from Minoti and Teshi. Well, thank you very much for sharing all of that with us. And keep watching. We have a lot more that's coming up in the show. Hannah, thank you very much